Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is learning some left-handed voicings that we can use to comp through this, this tune, All of Me. So in part one, we looked at sort of a fully realized piano version where we had a stride left hand, and that worked underneath our melody. In this version, what we're going to learn is how to play this arrangement more in the style of someone if you've been playing this with a piano trio. So for example, a piano with bass and drums backing you up. So we're looking now no longer at a stride left hand, but now looking at a left hand that's going to be playing these four-way, closed position, rootless voicings. What I mean by that is four-way, meaning four notes, closed position, meaning contained within an octave, a space smaller than an octave, and rootless voicings, meaning a lot of them are not going to have roots. Here I'm playing a C major 6 chord, and I have the root in there, so that's not a rootless voicing. But say, for example, a chord like this. If I refer to this as D minor 7, right? It's a four-way, closed position, rootless voicing because the note D is not in here. Four notes within an octave, no root. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to look back at our arrangement from All of Me Part 1. Because in that arrangement, we used a whole bunch of left-hand chords, and we're going to use those chords now again as the basis for our left hand here again, except we're going to get rid of all the 1-5 stuff. Let's try this one more time. Okay, in this lesson we're going to be looking not at a treatment of All of Me as a solo piano arrangement. So in part one we looked at a solo piano arrangement because we had sort of a stride left-handed bass line going. Our left hand was playing that stride style, root, chord, 5, chord, root, chord, 5, chord. And our right hand was playing the melody. But now what we're going to do is we're going to examine how to play this tune much more in the style of like a piano trio setting. So if you, as the pianist, were playing along with a bass player and a drummer, what the role of your left hand and your right hand would be in that setting. So in order to do that, we actually are going to go back and look at the arrangement that we read from during All of Me Part 1. So grab that sheet music if you haven't already downloaded it. And we're going to take a look because even though that left hand was using a stride left hand style, there were chords in that left hand. And we're going to use those chords as the basis for our left-hand voicings as we comp through All of Me now in this sort of piano trio format. So, looking at the sheet music at measure 9, which is where the melody begins, we have 8 measures from the beginning. We have 2 bars of C major, two bars of C major 6, and then 2 bars of E7, and then 2 bars of A7, and then 2 bars of D minor 7. So we're going to look at just those 8 bars first. So for C major 6, we had this shape. Right? So there's our C major 6. There's our 3rd, our 5th, our 6th, and our root. For E7, we had this. Right? So there's D, F sharp, G sharp, and B. We have our 7th, our 9th, our 3rd, and our 5th. For A7, we have this. Right? So there's our 7th, our 9th, our 3rd, and our 5th. And we also talked a little bit about, A7 flat 9. Because that helps lead us to the D minor chord. So A7 here, or A7 flat 9. And then we have our D minor 7 chord. These are 3rd, 5th, 7th, and 9th. So these are the 4 chords. C major 6, E7, A7, or A7 flat 9 if you want, and then D minor 7. Those are the 4 chords that we have in these first 8 measures of the song. So, and of course, there are plenty of other options. I mean, in other words, we could play C major 6 here, like we just discussed. We could also play any of these inversions of C major 6. We could treat it as C major 7, and you probably have seen C major 7 voiced like this, or even in root position, like this, or maybe even like this, with the root still in the voicing. All of those are options, okay? Those are all available to you. It's great that you understand them and experiment with all of them. I'm sticking to the 4 that I'm showing you so that we have some sort of basis to always refer back to just for the purposes of this lesson. And since these are the same voicings that we used in part 1, we're going to use them again here just to demonstrate how well they work. Thanks for taking a look at this video.
If you'd like to be notified the next time I release free content on YouTube, you can click on the subscribe button on this page. It's absolutely free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, if you'd like to study with me for free for 30 days, click on the Piano Success Playbook in the bottom left-hand side, and you'll get 30 days of lessons absolutely free of charge. I look forward to working with you in the next lesson.